G'day fans, welcome to this week's episode of Coast to Coast. Well, there's certainly less enthusiasm to be jumping to the radio studio this week, Oscar Allen.
There is.
Moping down the hallway, but we are here.
We are here. Thanks for tuning in off the back of a disappointing team performance on the weekend, on Friday night. As I mentioned, it was disappointing, but the best thing about footy, you have another game in 6 or 7 days. So looking forward to how we go this weekend against Port Adelaide in Adelaide.
What were you like watching it, Oz, in total seriousness? I saw you got a bit of box coverage. Did you see that on the screen?
I didn't see that. Awesome. Go me. That was the first time I've been to a game this year. So
you know the stat of mine, though, don't you?
Go on.
It's the first time I sat in my seats in 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
I knew you took your son. Were you speaking about that?
Yeah. Yeah. He was like, Dad, why are you crying?
Yeah.
Why?
Is this why you don't take me to the footy every week?
Did you have a boo-boo up the stairs, Dad? No, son, our team hasn't scored in a quarter and a half.
Yeah. We might as well start with that. It was a really disappointing start to the game. Sydney were too good for us, and I think they really
looked exceptional.
They did. They looked really good.
Yeah.
They're a red-hot chance, I reckon.
They were very well-structured behind the ball. Because when they were getting it off half-back, they spread really well.
They've got a good balance, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They've got to have elite runners. To have someone like Nick Blakey, what's he, 22?
Yeah.
To be able to just put him behind the ball, he doesn't even need to be one of your main midfielders.
No.
Small sample size, but it was just... They had so much control from the back half. We didn't defend that brilliantly behind the ball.
No.
And that was more evident when you're sitting in your seats watching from goal to goal. A few records broken, Oz, that you don't really want to be a part of.
Yeah, there were.
It was the longest time a team has taken to score.
Ever?
Since 99, I think that stat was. And Adelaide held it last year.
Right, okay.
We edged them out by 2 minutes to have our first score. Had a couple of out on the fulls or did not registers that could have avoided that, but it was the biggest inside 50 differential to half-time since 2018, something like that.
Yeah, I think it was 40-19, which isn't good.
No, felt for the forwards. How would you have been out there? A bit frustrated, you reckon?
Yeah, incredibly frustrated. Sorry, it was actually 40-10 at half-time.
Right.
It would have been incredibly frustrating, but as a forward as well, there are different ways you can impact the game. So I'm not saying the forwards performed well on the day because that would be a falsity as well. They didn't hold up their end of the bargain as well. I thought the backs actually were probably the shining light of the side. If you were to look at forwards, mids and backs, I thought they were definitely the best performing line, and there were some good individual performances there, but it wasn't a great team performance, and I'm not really sure what else to say on that.
It was tough that it coincided with the HMAS Sydney 2 match, which they compete for this trophy. Do you know the story of HMAS Sydney 2, Oz?
I heard Carl Langdon speak about it in the awards afterwards, but I didn't have a great deal of knowledge before the game about it, if I'm honest.
So 645 crew members perished when their boat sunk off the WA coast back in 41. They were sunk by a disguised German merchant raider, they said.
Right.
Which is pretty brutal. Wartime's heavy as it can be.
That is heavy.
And we certainly didn't play to the spirit of what that match should commemorate.
No, it is.
Unfortunately.
It is disappointing. Obviously, I didn't know a great deal about it. Now I know more about it. It is something that obviously was a huge sacrifice for a lot of people, really giving up their lives to help protect our country in a tough time back in the 40s in World War II time. So, yeah, that is tragic, but hopefully next time we rock up on that day, we can bring out a better performance for the side.
How's this for a tidbit, though? So this punter, A.B. Clark, was the only sailor to survive. He made it to a life raft and then died at sea, and his remains were found. Yeah.
Wow.
Of the whole 645.
There you go.
Unreal. They had the Navy band there, which were cranking out some tunes.
Yeah, that was awesome.
You see them?
That was great, yeah.
They were belting it out. My son was more interested in seeing that than the footy, and I don't blame him. He was cooking me because we were leaving it. I know this is going to sound poor.
I know.
We were leaving at halftime regardless. He's 6, doesn't have the endurance.
Yeah.
And much like his old man. And I go, mate, it was packed on the train there. I said, mate, don't worry, we'll have the train all to ourselves at halftime when we go home.
Yeah.
And all he was saying, Dad, you said no one would be on the train. I was like, I know what I said, mate.
And what, filled with Eagle supporters?
It was pretty packed, yeah.
With Eagle supporters?
Yep. How does that make you feel, Oz?
That is disappointing. I can understand why supporters are equally going to turn back and say, well, the players didn't rock up on game day and there wasn't a great team performance. I do understand that, but I've got two scales. On one side, I'm disappointed that people were leaving the game early, and on the other hand, I can understand because that that performance wasn't acceptable. So it's on the playing group to not replicate that. And I also would like to think the fans would be there through the tough times.
There's a part of me that likes them leaving Oz, and why is because there's the Geelong comeback game. Port Adelaide almost beat...
You're going to miss.
Yeah, because Port Adelaide almost beat Carlton. They were 50 down.
They were.
And you don't deserve to be any part of seeing that resurgence, that comeback, if you don't have the main
mental
supportership.
fortitude.
Yeah, the main supportership to stick it out. But in the end, the writing was on the wall and they went home early and beat the traffic. So... Did you see the Sampi sign on the weekend?
I did see that. That was great. Was that a free kick?
Have you seen the vision enough?
I have seen the vision.
What do you think?
I've seen the vision of the Ash Sampi sign.
Yeah. No, of the free kick. Not non-free kick. You can't pay that in the dying seconds of a granny, can you?
Yeah, no.
You got to think back in the thousands.
Yeah, you simply cannot be paying that. I don't even think that was a free kick. In modern days, it's probably a free kick, but wouldn't be paid because of the occasion. But back then, it certainly was not a free kick if that's just a regular marking contest in round 3.
Yep. It's Optus Stadium now, Oz. It's 2 wins from the last 9 matches. Did you know that?
I didn't know that. No, that's surprising.
It's rare.
Because we went on a big run in 2020 where we come back from the first hub and I think we won 8 or 9 in a row and most of those were at home and Optus was pumping again. And even last year, we had that game against Richmond where the crowd was going crazy. We had a really good run. So I'm not sure if there's any substance behind that stat. Sometimes it's just a random oddity that happens in football, but yeah, I'd like to change that pretty soon.
Got up Port Adelaide this week. Massive game at Adelaide Oval. A great record there. Port Adelaide's certainly not travelling like most would have thought. I'd figured they're 0-5. Saw a lot of tweets from Adelaide supporters about the Ken Hinkley 0-5 sign in the coach's box, but we don't need to go
there. Was there?
From Adelaide supporters.
Right.
Of course they would.
Yeah, okay.
But for anyone that doesn't know, the West Coast Eagles actually hold the Port Adelaide second round pick in next year's draft.
Right.
Did you know that, Oz?
I didn't know that. I did know we did a pick swap to move down from 12 to 14.
Correct.
But that is interesting.
Yeah. Do you remember who they picked up at pick 12?
I've got it down in front of me. He did debut the other week. His name's Josh Sin.
Yeah, well done.
But it is interesting that so we will have our first round pick and then 2 second round picks as well. And Port Adelaide's currently looks like it could be on the higher end of the scale.
Currently.
I mean, AFL draft is at an interesting stage where there's a lot of academy selections and father-son bids, so the second round pick can easily get moved to the 30s pretty quickly, but it also is good to have more chances to draft new people, I guess.
All right. We're not going to... That's probably about it. You know why?
Because we've got an hour and a half of Elliot Yeo coming up.
So we've already done our Yeo chat. He had to go. And we're sitting on an absolute mountain of gold. So there's no point you and I just waffling on after last week's disappointment. Friday night footy seems like a long time ago. So why don't we get stuck straight into the great man?
Let's go.
Yeah, enjoyed it. Thanks for sticking around, everyone. You're listening to Coast to Coast, West Coast Eagles dedicated podcasting network. I say network, but it's the only one we do. Elliot Yeo is in the studio, and I think it's his first time, so be gentle, Oscar. Elliot.
I always am gentle.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Hi.
How are you, mate? What's going on?
What have I stumbled into?
No, what's going on, man? How are you?
It's been great, yeah.
What were you and I just doing just then?
Talk.
Before that?
Can you say that? I don't know if you can.
I'll beep it. Just don't do it too many times.
Is it what type of podcast is this? Is it like
it's like PG-13.
Okay.
It's pretty loose.
Yep. All right, cool.
Nah, you can take M in because M's recommended you take a kid in.
Okay, yeah.
So you take a parent in. So I recommend you don't swear as much.
So,
apart
from that, what else were we doing beforehand?
Oh, you want to with the guy out in the oval?
No, what were we doing?
Tell us about the guy in the oval, please.
Go on, tell us that.
All right. So I strolled in a little bit late, but this is fact, and it has happened. It's unfolded in front of my eyes.
Okay.
There's a man on Mineral Resources Park, somehow got through the gate.
Yep.
Blind as anything.
With the walking cane or intoxicated?
No. Freo jumper on.
With a stubby in hand, eh?
Stubby in his hand, rolling around the oval, pretending to shadow kick, take marks, give it to the crowd.
How'd he look out there?
Not bad.
Yeah. How old was he?
Not bad. Look, it was a distance. I'd probably say maybe, late 40s.
Was it an audition, you reckon?
I mean, we'll take
we are taking people. Yeah, we are taking everyone.
Yeah, we'll take what we can get.
Was he escorted off the premises?
He was, yeah, very quickly.
Right,
really
very
quickly, yeah.
What I was actually referring to was me out fishing you in the pool. Any comments on that, mate?
Well, yes. I mean, good on you. You should. You should. It's well-known fact that people with long levers are better swimmers. So you would assume that Oscar would be a better swimmer.
Right.
So, sorry.
But you're a powerful man.
You are, though.
I am,
Have you
yeah.
seen your legs are out of control?
Like, they are, but the problem is that they're muscle and they're not fat. So, unfortunately, if you're fat, then you're more buoyant in the water, whereas, like, my legs are just muscle, so they just weigh me down.
Sure.
It's basically like you've got 30 motors on the back. Well,
I'm actually just so muscly,
I'm
so
good.
I think. Imagine them.
well, speak for yourself.
I think.
Okay, all right.
What is
good.
it? 25-metre dash? What's going on?
No,
Yeah,
so we've both been in rehab.
We have.
So we will
Yeah.
touch on this,
Yeah.
but we've both been through a period of rehab this year. So we've been doing a lot of swimming, you and I.
We have.
And we've been swimming probably, I'd almost lock in 2 to 3 times a week, you and I in the
Yep.
pool, bang, going hard at it.
Yep.
But Cal Jamison, a recent
Fish.
guest of the podcast,
Absolute
is the best swimmer at the club.
Can swim.
Not much fat on him, bro.
But same, yeah, exactly.
Very
like
little.
Lean and long levers, and for some reason, I don't know what it is, but it's a 25-metre pool. Oscar and I kick off, and we're probably head and head.
And we look up, and he's 5 metres ahead of us straight away.
Within 10 metres, he's already halfway down the pool, and we're just passing the flags. It's like, how is this possible?
Yeah.
You're thinking, how good's me start? Oh, hang on.
Yeah, legit. Like he's an absolute freak.
Yeah, love it. Love
Yeah,
it.
it's like he's got flippers on, but he doesn't. It's not fair.
Maybe web feet. Got to have a little closer look.
Maybe I might actually start stitching up my toes in between, and
I morphed into it. I spent a lot of time in the ocean, so maybe he's starting to
definitely,
evolve.
Yeah. And I'd assume, as being a surfer, and that you would see some shadows underneath the water, and you probably would be swimming for your life.
Correct.
So, yeah.
That's a lot of waffle start. Let's get going.
Yeah, okay. So Yoey came in here as like, mate, I want to talk.
That's the best. They're the best.
There's so much of that to come, but I'm not going to start there because we threw some.
People want the waffle.
Yeah. They're here for the waffle, but there's some out there that, you don't talk much, mate. You're a very straight bat media man, and we love that from a media department.
It's a different story.
Correct. But I'm going to go a couple of footy questions because we asked fans to throw up some questions, and there was
Are we starting with questions? Are we excited?
Yeah.
No. We're not starting with questions. Just let me drive, all right? You get in the back seat.
Sorry.
And you just play with your iPad.
What if
Dad will drive?
Yeah, hang on. What if we're interviewing you now?
Oh.
Yeah.
So, Yoey, great to have all the fan questions. Appreciate it. We'll get to them a little bit later, but there was heavy consensus over just footy talk with Yoey. So a couple of footy questions. We'll get to it.
Yeah.
I read an article written by someone at the AFL. I think it was Nathan Schmuck. So he talked to you in January. This is before the Achilles pop. And you described the last couple of years as an emotional and a physical roller coaster in the Elliot Yeo career. Last 2 seasons with the OP striking down.
Yeah.
Really at the peak of your powers. You dual-time Worsfold medal, coming to the right age, like peaking. How did you handle it all, and how were you able to get through it all in the end?
Not good to start off with, that's for sure. It was, and I guess probably going in with the hub as well, or second hub, it was a lot, because it's foreign, and we haven't really done it before, and sure, we did the first hub and everything like that, but then for me to have an injury that I didn't know at the time. You sort of heard about people having OP and, what it basically does and how it affects different people. But for me, there was times there in the hub where I was rolling around in bed and I was in pain. Like, I couldn't get to sleep because it was just that painful.
You hadn't felt it for the first half of the year, or it was just real slow, gradual?
It was, it come on super quick.
Right,
it came on, I reckon, just before the Carlton game. So that week, I'm running around at training. I'm like, I thought I'd done my groin here. What the hell's going on?
Yeah.
And I was thinking like, all right, well, I'll have an anti-inflammatory the night before the game and I'll be okay. Popped an anti-inflam, as you do, got to the warm-up, and when you do like the crossovers, like we call them like karaoke.
Yeah.
So we're doing that in the warm-up, and I'm literally like, oh my God, I can't do this. Can't do side to side. Like, I'm thinking, what the hell's going on? Like, I've actually done my groin here.
So sudden. I didn't think it was like that,
Yeah. So, and I'm thinking, okay, all right. I'm sitting there. I jump on the physio table. Like,
this is pre-game, hey? I remember this.
Pre-game.
Yeah, I do remember this.
This is pre-game. And Grav is, like, going hammer and tong at my groin. Like, a ductor mag thinking,
I'll rub it out.
Yeah, basically. And I'm thinking, oh my God, this is. I don't know how I'm going to get through, but somehow, basically played. But I was running straight lines. I was not changing direction. Nothing. Had no go either side of my body.
How'd you play?
Went okay.
That's unreal.
Yeah, it went okay. But it was probably because I was running straight, and if anyone got my way, I was running through them. I wasn't stopping. So
that's what I've been doing wrong all this time.
well, yeah, it comes at a price. But yeah, so from that point on, it was like, okay, got through that game, and then through that training session, I tried to run that week, and I just couldn't, and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And then, yeah, I think a couple of weeks later, we went to the hub, and then that was like, oh, well, hopefully we can, manage it, and you'll be right by then, and we can get back to finals. But yeah, by the time I got to the second hub, I was done. I was day to day walking around, couldn't do anything. I was shocking.
Sounds like an incredibly frustrating injury, and I'm sure you can kind of relate to it with your foot at the moment. As in, you start to build up, and you think you're going good, and then your body's telling you rather than maybe scans or other metrics, and having to listen to do I listen to the body, or do I try and power through it and it's just a phase? I guess that's the way up of these types of injuries.
Yeah, it is. And you go through a weird roller coaster of, no, I'll be fine. Like I'm, and you tell yourself, because you're competitive, I'm tough enough. I'm going to get through this. And then it just plays in your mind. Like the last thing you think about before you go to bed is, will it be sore tomorrow? And the first thing I think when I wake up, how does it feel? Like it's the only thing you're really thinking about. And I know there's a lot of other bigger problems in the world, but when footy's your hobby and your job, like when they become entangled, it becomes pretty a complex thing for you. And obviously you went through it in a different way because it's probably a lot longer.
Yeah.
But it is something that I've had to deal with. And this is the first time I've missed games during the actual season. And I know you've had some injuries, but you wouldn't have missed games in the middle of the season to that extent. So that's one of the most frustrating things for me anyway.
Yeah, it is. But I guess the best and the hardest thing about certain injuries is, so let's say you do a hammy or you do a calf or something like that.
Yeah,
the doc, straight away, all right, well, I've got 4 weeks or 6 weeks, depending on the severity of the injury, the soft tissue, I can work around that, and you get your head around it, and you're like, all right, I've got to build, and then I'm going from there. Whereas, like, for me with the OP, the doc's like, well, we'll just go to your feel good. I'm going like, when's that going to be? Like,
Yep.
So, yeah, that, and I guess that was the point where it was like, okay, when will that be?
So that Richmond game that we played, how many games were you back then in 2021 when we had that Richmond Tigers victory? Like 4 or 5, maybe?
Yeah, I reckon it might have been
when JK kicked that goal. Yeah.
So was it a bit of managing your time while out in the field? Because remember Yoe's last quarter against the Tigers, which is arguably one of the better quarters of footy played by an Eagle in recent times. He rested the whole third quarter, I'd read.
You didn't?
Leading into that game.
Wait, you didn't come on at all in the third quarter?
I did, but I got stuck on the bench, and then there was like 3 or 4 minutes left, and because I was on managed minutes, Kof was like, which is, if people don't know, Kof's our head of S&C. So he's pretty much the man basically on the line going, yes, no, go. He's the one managing the minutes of everyone. And so he basically said, look, we'll play you the whole last quarter now because, you've been stuck on the bench and, we'll just keep you on here. So make sure you give it your all.
Stats, Oz?
You had
10 touches.
10 disposals, 8 clearances. You had 7 inside 50s in a quarter. That is a genuine month's worth.
It was proper beast mode activated from Elliot Yeo.
Right.
So that was an interesting mentality of like having to pick your spots of, when to rest and when to, get this explosive player sort of out there. Okay, so got through that. You're entering 2022. You did that article about what an emotional roller coaster it's been the last 2 years prior to the mayhem at MRP that we referred to this game as.
Yeah.
Just ankle and Achilles City.
Yeah.
That was one of the worst games of all time.
Oh.
Nothing could go right.
Yeah, it was shocking.
What was the mindset when that all went down?
Yeah, flat.
You knew it was Achilles straight away?
I didn't know, but it felt like it was weird because I felt it getting tight, and then there was like an instance where there was a passage of play and the ball sort of transitioned into our forward line. And so I'm thinking, okay, well, I need to get up and get moving. So I've gone to take off, and as I've taken off, it's just bang, like pop. And I was like, oh no, and from a lot of people that I've spoken to, the first thing that you do when your Achilles goes is you hear a pop. And I was thinking, oh no, I've done my Achilles, and then I've tried to, if you can see the footage, if you can find the footage of it, there's one where I tried to take off and I've hopped and skipped and was like, nah, that's it.
So you attempted it again.
Yeah, I tried because I was thinking okay, maybe it's just in my head and someone's hit me in the back of the leg or something like that.
Someone's popped a balloon on the sideline maybe.
Yeah. and gone to take off again, and then was just like, nah, skipped and just started jogging off.
So were you the last one to do it or the first one? Because Sheeta was the first, right?
Sheeta was like the first centre
I was
bounce.
the last, I think.
Right.
I think it went chess. Oh, no, I went
Sheeta,
chess,
chess,
then me. Yeah.
yeah.
All in the space of a quarter, I think, hey?
Mental.
Yeah.
And how's the mindset been up until the Swans return game?
Well, better than the mindset of 2 years ago. So, as I said, because you get the time of, okay, this is how long you need to get back, then it's a lot easier to work to because you go, all right, well, I'm going to build and I can go from there. So, yeah, it's a lot easier when you have a deadline.
And how to feel being back out there? You had the waffle game as a bit of a lead-in and
Yep.
played managed minutes.
Yep.
And then straight back in Friday night. Result aside,
Yeah.
how'd you feel body-wise?
Oh, felt great. I finished fine. Played, I don't know, maybe just over half a game, and that was because I missed the first quarter with a concussion test. So
Who'd you run into?
Peter Adams' elbow,
yeah,
right?
big elbow.
Yeah.
Because you ran it out a bit longer then, because you weren't straight off groggy. It was, I'm going to run this out a little bit longer.
Yeah, a weird one, but I'm sure it's one of those things you have to do when you get hit in the head. So, it was flat because I started on the bench, 4 or 5 minutes, come on, a minute in, bang, got hit in the head, stayed out for another minute, got dragged off, had to do the 15-minute concussion or 20-minute, whatever it is, and I'm sitting there in the docs room and they've got a TV so you can see the game, and I just see a scoreboard ticking over and I was just getting angry. The doc's like, just calm down. calm down. Yeah, calm down. Like, I've got you here for 15, 20 minutes, so you're not going to go anywhere. So I was like, come on, doc.
Well said. I can imagine you could count the amount of times you've started on the pine with one hand in your career.
Do you know what the funny thing is as well, though? The doc's like, yeah, well, for some reason, like, you're testing higher than what your baseline is.
That's never a good sign. Eh?
I remember there were theories. There were always theories going on back in the day when I first started about blokes bombing out in their baselines.
And he told me test as poorly as you can, so even if you can cuss, like, there's no way you can fail the test. And then they started bringing in a baseline test. But the problem is, the old cliche with footballers, you can be below the baseline. So then became a bit of an issue for the football club.
That's so good.
It's more a memory thing, though.
Yeah.
So it's like they give you 10 like words that you have to remember, and it's like,
in order?
no, you can
Give it
not
back
in
in
order,
whatever
but you
order.
can in any order. So it's actually quite hard. Like if you did it to anyone, you'd be. I reckon we should try Thumper. Let's write down some letters and let's go.
Just say the words.
Okay, tell me these words back in return.
No, write it down though, so you know.
All right,
'Cause then
while
otherwise
he's
you'd be
writing
cheating.
down words, I'll go to the next question. So, disappointing result. You don't hang it all on milestones and say, oh, we let this person down. But Cripper 200 games would have been great to not just win the game, but have a better performance for a teammate that's so well loved amongst the playing group. Talk to me about your relationship maybe with Jamie Cripps. What's it like? Good man?
Good fella. Yeah, good fella. Good family man. Flat. It always seems that whenever we get to milestone games, we just can't get up for a win.
We've had a bad habit of doing this of late. Hey, yeah.
Very bad habit. So it's something that we want to try and rectify very quickly, and especially like 200 games. They're big game. Like that's a big milestone game. So you'd want to try and win those ones. And for some reason, whenever it comes to milestone games, we're falling short of the mark, which isn't ideal. So yeah, it would have been great to give him a win and obviously cheer him off. And it's just flat that we weren't able to, unfortunately.
What's your favourite memory with Cripper over the years, mate? You've won a flag with him. You've been at the club a long time with him. What's one of your favourite Cripper memories?
Oh, there's plenty. Yeah, Cripper is outside of football. He's very funny to get on and have a drink with. That's for sure.
Yep.
So yeah. I have plenty, but probably like because this is a M. MPG like.
So they're all inappropriate. Is that what you're telling me?
Well, we probably should do like an R-rated podcast, and then maybe some stories might come out.
How to rate so well. Right, give me the words.
All right, you can play along at home as well.
Cover them up too, because you might be able to see.
I was absolutely going to cheat.
I need that pen back.
Cool.
Repeat these words once I've finished.
In any order.
In any order.
Yeah.
Sandwich, apple, doctor, train, banana, table, piano, cat, giraffe, cup. Go.
Sandwich, apple, cup, doctor. Did I say apple?
Yep.
Giraffe was in there?
Yep.
How many's that?
That's 5.
out of 10. Yeah. Not great, hey?
No. So we do that.
Yeah.
So basically...
So how many's failed?
So, yeah.
Have I failed?
There's no failing. It's just like, okay, that's your baseline. So now...
they do that, and then they'll tell you again, and then they'll do it again, and then the third time.
Who gets to punch him in the head now?
Both of you.
Yeah, it's one team. But yeah, the concussion test. I struggle with the balance one. So one time, the time I did get concussed badly against Essendon, I was doing the concussion test in the room, and when I got concussed, I landed awkwardly on my ankle as well, and I was trying to do the balance test, and I couldn't stand on my foot, and I was like, "Oh, I'm so concussed."
Yeah.
And then you just had like a low grade ankle sprain as well. Like, and it was ice in my foot. I was like, "Oh, so right, there was nothing to do with the concussion. I couldn't balance myself either."
But I think most people closing their eyes and then trying to balance, it is
tough.
It is hard.
All right, Yoey. Next question for you, mate. We're in a phase where we've got a lot of new younger players in the list, right? What are the young players in the list that you're buying the stock in? So if we're playing the stock game,
Right.
Which rookie cards are you collecting,
Is
mate?
this a plug into Stake or something?
Plug
There you
for
go.
you, yeah.
Hey, wow.
it could be a good
Stake, if you're listening, this is a good plug.
Leading investment partner of the West Coast Eagles.
Yeah.
There you go.
So what young pups are you buying stock in?
Framing the rookie cards, mate.
That's a good question.
It also depends on your.
I'll give you second
understanding of
yearers
young
as well.
players.
You can have first, second, and new arrivals.
Yeah, so what's anyone?
First, second, or
Games-
new arrivals.
Is it games or
First
no,
year or second year or new arrivals?
I'm buying massive stock in Hoffy.
Yeah, me too, man. I love the Hoffman.
Yeah.
Well, you spent a bit of time in the defensive half on the weekend, so you spent a bit of time around him, maybe?
Yeah, considering Hoffy wasn't playing on the weekend, he would have.
No.
Is that? Were you testing me?
No. But I just wanted to
Sorry,
try
mate.
because I had in there like you always spent time in the defensive half. I was like, I'll tie this in, but it doesn't really work.
Sorry, mate.
You tried.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
Yeah, Hoffy.
Massive stock in Hoffy. Yeah, I feel like he reminds me a bit.
He does remind
said
me of
it.
you, yeah.
Yeah, you said it.
He does.
But very, I got into the system looking exactly like him. Very skinny, strong in the legs.
Super athletic, athletic. Yeah.
Quick, he and just seems like he gets it. So I'm buying massive stock
That's
in
a
Hoffy.
big thing with young players. It's gettability. And that might not make sense, but how much do they get it?
How much do they get it?
Do you get it or do you actually get it? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you never will until you get the opportunity to be in the list. But it's like going to a new workplace.
Yeah,
and
100%.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
Like, do you fit in? Do you understand what's required? And that's not fit in personality-wise, but, okay, do you know what you need to do to be successful?
Do you know what? Do you know what? Yeah.
And
do
some
you go
people-
above and beyond?
And some people, like we said, get it, and others take some years to learn and understand how it actually works in the real world.
Absolutely. That's a very
Good point,
one.
eh?
Yeah.
Anyone else? Or he's the only good young player we've
Well,
got?
how much? How much?
nah, I want him one and done. We got so much to get through. One and done. Hoffy,
Yeah,
good
but
answer.
what's the time on the coast to coast? Is it just an open
Until you get bored, mate.
Yeah.
Until you get
mate,
bored.
You have ADHD, don't
You two are gonna get bored of me in a second.
Who holds the current playing streak consecutive record for the club right now?
I reckon I know this.
As
You go.
in,
So who's played the most games in a row that's still active right now? Like an active streak. I'll give you a hint. It's 8.
that's not that many, hey?
No. So obviously this is someone that's played every game this year.
Yeah.
There are not many of those ones.
I think I know who it is. I know it's out of 2 people.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember last year. That's what I'm trying to think of who missed out last year. Is it gonna be a weird one?
I'll give you a hint. Think about who's played every game this year, because that's the money maker. Because there's not been many guys who've played every game this year.
Yeah.
In fact, there's been 3.
Yes.
So it's not Naishi
No.
because he wasn't
So
on the list.
flip a coin.
So flip a coin between the other 2.
I'm gonna throw a bunger.
Oh, stiff. It's wrong side of the coin.
It's Luke Foley.
Yeah.
Who would have thought, hey?
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Unreal stat, really.
Crazy.
Unreal stat.
I wonder how many Eagles fans would think, Luke Foley's the most consistent player in the side that's played the most games in a row, like a young, developing
So
defender.
okay, going back on that, because what game did Bunger miss then?
He missed late
year?
last year. Yeah, with some hammies.
Couldn't tell you which one.
Hammies or cars?
Both.
So it's go over to Adelaide Oval this weekend, Yoey, on the plane.
Yep.
Providing everyone's fit and healthy
Yep.
in that realm. So favourite, is that the favourite away ground to play at, you reckon?
Absolutely.
Just because of record?
No, because the ground is amazing. Mm-hmm. Like the
tell.
surface is the best in Australia, but hands down by miles. So, you know, when you come off with games, especially at certain grounds, where you come off and your joints are very, very sore, you start to get a bit old and, you know, you come off and you're not just sore in the muscles, but you're sore in your joints. You come off Adelaide Oval because the surface is just beautiful condition. Like you're sore in the muscles, which is like what you expect. You've ran 12, 13, 14, 15 Ks. But your joints feel amazing because the surface is just, it's the perfect, I love my grass and that's one of the best surfaces in Australia.
I think one of the good competing surfaces, and you used to play there, the Gabatoir is a bit of a carpet. What are your thoughts?
Yeah.
The thing that hurts the Gabba is because of how...
Well, you got the cricket pitch in the middle.
Yeah,
that's the one thing that lets it down.
Also,
and then,
the dew and how wet it is all the time when you play there.
Oh, the dew's not that bad.
Spoken like someone who played there well. And not so a key forward who goes over there saying, "Oh my god, it's dewy tonight! Damn it!"
Yeah,
it's 5 o'clock in the middle of winter and it's dewy.
Get better, mate. Start doing more touch.
I'm
Get the wet footies out.
I'm assuming the Lions' home locker room is a bit better than the away one as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, but the Gabba is, when I was there, it was one of the worst grounds at the start of the season because the cricket, obviously, the curator at the time was massive on his cricket, and so the ground would be hard as anything. And then by the end of the season, it would turn into one of the best grounds. So, but the difference in the change rooms is massive. Like I think I heard Scully saying something on back chat not that long ago.
He was
so you're welcome, Scully. Yeah, he was, and he's right because there's times there where you're ducking under beams and stuff like that.
Yeah, they haven't really improved over the years either.
Yeah, funny that.
So are we putting?
I think they're getting new ones though.
Any day now.
Yeah.
So we're locking in Shuey elimination number 1, Gov goal siren 2 as favourite memories from Adelaide Oval then? That's out your 1-2?
I mean, they're good memories, but I think one of the big ones that probably kick-started our success, I think, going forward was when we went over there, backs against the wall. I'm pretty sure it was 2015.
Is this against the Crows?
No. They were flying. This is Adelaide when they played in 14, Port Adelaide when they played in 14, and they were like the team to beat. You know what I mean? And everyone tipped Port Adelaide in 15 to go basically all the way, or if not, be very close to it. And so we've gone over there. We were kind of a bit hit and miss at the start of the season, and then from that point on, we won that game. And it was a very, very close game. And then from that point on, that kick started pretty much, 6-7 years of good, successful footy, I guess, in playing finals.
Fun fact, we've never lost to Port Adelaide at Adelaide Oval. But we have lost to Adelaide. Touch wood. Let's go. Make it. Continue the streak.
Yeah.
You got any travelling quirks, Yoey, like non-negotiables in your travelling routine after all these years?
Yep. I got to take my pillow. Don't know, just have to.
Yeah. Is it a softie, hardy?
What?
Is it a Brad Hardy or a soft Hardy pillow? Like, what type of pillow is it?
It's a memory foam one.
Ah.
Yeah, very good.
Must be very nice.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, yeah, gotta have the best, mate.
You do.
Sleep like
have you left it behind once
you
and
spend
then
30 of your life in the
it?
bed, like you'd wanna make sure
Here's
that
one.
your mattress and your pillow is the best.
You leave your pillow at home. Are you rattlesnake when you get over there, or how do you go?
Nah, I like depends. If it's 2 days, then I'll be like, oh no.
Yeah,
overnight
you're actually stressing. Yeah,
Overnighter.
Would you consider going and buying a
cop it.
pillow? Like, would you consider going?
No.
That's aggressive.
Yeah, he's aggressive.
Okay. We're just going to talk some random things for a little bit now. And
Thank
before we
you.
get to the fan questions.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on... I want to talk about fan behaviour for a minute.
Ooh.
So, you're not a massive NBA fan.
No.
But have you seen the
Do you not like basketball?
it's not that I don't like it. I just don't watch it.
Fair enough. Yeah.
You've seen the last couple of incidents in playoff NBA of some fans going a little bit rogue out on the court. So
really?
one of them's...
Genuine crazy stuff.
One of them's had a bright idea between the play-in tournament, so one-game playoff, where they've gone out there and tried to glue themselves to the court with the hand with an animal rights message shirt.
Oh, no.
So she didn't get very far. She just used the basic, like, primary school, arts and crafts glue. So she didn't really go all out. It wasn't...
The old Yoo-hoo.
Yeah. It wasn't...
The old blue stick.
She certainly didn't want half her skin left out there in the paint.
Have you seen that? The after photo?
Yeah.
You can see her hand, like the skin off her hand glued to
I think
the
it's
court.
just the glue, man. Like,
Yeah.
It's in a handprint, man. It looks disgusting.
So she didn't make it very far.
No,
Why
but
don't you use Tarzan's grip or something?
but the next one was next level thump, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was an interesting... She got a little bit further in her quest. So it was another Timberwolves game again.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's their fans, but it was again for animal rights. It had the shirt read Glenn Taylor roasts animals alive. So
Who is Glenn Taylor?
I have no idea, but apparently he's not doing some good things.
Yeah.
And she chained herself to the basketball...
The ring.
Well, the stanchion or whatever they call the apparatus that is the ring, you know.
Right.
The bottom
connecting
of it.
part of it, yeah.
She's chained herself to it.
Yeah.
And they've had to get the bolt cutters out.
During the middle of the
game.
game.
Yeah.
How the hell does that happen?
The NBA security is an absolute joke.
But obviously.
Yeah, there's so much...
How the hell does she have time to wrap a chain around and then put a padlock on it?
Without someone grabbing her.
Unreal, eh?
Yeah, that's horrible.
So then Tommy Rockcliffe spoke. You know, he left the Carlton game with his
Yeah,
kid.
I did see this one.
And he was saying that he was getting abused and spat at by Carlton supporters with his young boy, which is absolutely deplorable.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask you, I mean, you guys have been around the game long enough. What's some of the craziest things you've seen fans do in your time from an AFL level? I'm probably not going to be up there of gluing stuff to court and the American sport. What can you recall?
I haven't had too many.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of negative things said to me, but words or whatever. I haven't had really many crazy actions that people have done anything. Like, I've never had anyone throw anything. I don't know.
Nah, I'm the same. You hear him yelling at you and basically having a crack at you.
What's the funniest? We'll change this. What's the funniest sledge you've got? Because I've got some funny sledges over the side of the crowd.
It was actually a couple of weeks ago. It was probably why I heard it because they were playing waffle. And no one was sort of around. So
That's so good. Everything's quieter. You can hear it.
So you can hear it.
Every single thing that's being said.
Yeah. The white noise level is very, very low. And so, do you remember like?
Cool.
Yeah.
An ex-trainer, an ex-helper.
Yeah, very, very passionate.
Subi's
bloke.
number one man.
Very passionate. And Subi's number one, most passionate supporter. And I can just hear just chirping me. You're a has-been, yo. Give it up. You're bloody fat. Give it up, yo. You're a has-been. I'm going, oh my God, get up. Give it up. It's a bloody
pracky match.
It's a pracky match. Waffle, mate.
The worst thing about that for me was coming up and playing Colts footy when you just hear... And the worst thing about it is when you can hear people you realise and you hear voices. And I just remember playing like waffle footy and hearing my mum and dad like cheer for me. And I'm just like, this is so embarrassing. Like, everyone individually knows exactly that's my mum and dad like going crazy. I've had some bad ones. People like, not bad ones, people abusing me that I peroxide my hair.
You do.
And call. This is. All right, thanks for Coast to Coast.
But you do.
This is a rumour that's been started, and it is not me.
The truth hurts.
It does hurt.
Stop. Do you know who did? Hang on. Pause. Pause. This is huge.
Is this your show?
No. This is huge. Okay. I didn't find this out until a year after he left, and he peroxided, and he went to the solarium. Name the player.
And he's not here anymore.
Not
Brad
here anymore.
Shepard?
No.
God, that would have been
That's a
painful.
good money.
This is legitimate too. Like I'm not.
So
Don't say Laker. Don't say Laker.
No.
Who else had blonde hair?
Trying to think about it.
Well, he had blonde hair at the time. He doesn't anymore. It's yeah. And I saw him because I was sitting.
Couldn't be Sellers. Could be a shocking solarium.
Nah.
It's not working very well.
But I'm sitting there down. I was at a friend's house in Dunsborough, and I'm just minding my own business on the front yard, and he walks by with his kids, and I had to take a double take because I did not recognise him.
What era of footballer is this? Did I play with him?
Maybe a year.
Oh.
What year did you come?
2018 was my first year.
No.
Jeez.
Just missed him.
Tell us.
Just missed him.
We haven't got enough time.
Tell us.
Matt Prittis.
Yeah, I actually...
Matt Prittis dyed his hair. I am not kidding you,
I've
and he
heard
was
this,
nowhere
yeah.
near his hand.
I've heard this.
Walks past.
I wish I played with
Yeah,
Peter.
He's a beach junkie, so maybe he just didn't have some good summer.
No. Well, he was walking past the beach, and I had to take a double date. I was like, oh my God, that's Pritter, how you going, mate? What's going on? I didn't recognise you. What do you do? Like, oh my God. And we had a quick chat, but then his daughters were keen to get to the beach. He's like, oh, I gotta go. I was like, oh, see you later, mate. Like, oh, geez, he's changed.
I reckon that's been
This is
spoken
6
about.
months. This is like 6, not even 3 months after he's finished playing. He walks past, darkest hair, and nowhere near as tan as what he used to be.
That's unreal.
Yeah.
Good mentions for Pritter.
Yeah.
The great man. Do you know the best cricketing sledge I ever heard when I was out there playing? It's an oldie but a goodie.
At D grade?
Yeah, much lower. Is
Sorry.
when like the batter's lining up and someone yells out in the field goes, "Oh, batter, you got some on the end of your bat." And then they like go to look at the toe of the bat and then they go, No, the other end. And when they fall for the look at the toe, they always just turn and then go, yeah, you got me. Yeah, you got me.
That's pretty good.
It's good sledge.
Should we get into some fan questions, or do you have some more for the Yoaster?
I want one.
Yeah, give me more.
I'm going to take two more, just 2 more minutes on this.
Yes.
So you're not an NFL man either.
Yeah. Look, I do watch it, but
Have you heard of this initiative, second year in, called the Fan Control Football League?
no.
Because you're a great, you're in the tech space. You're one of the more players I'd put high up in the what's trending tech space. Would that be correct?
Yeah, I'm a bit of a nerd like that.
Yeah. So this now, you know anything about it?
I do know about it, yeah.
Okay.
I'm a big NFL man.
Do you know how this works?
To a certain extent, yes, I do know how it works.
What's going on here is it's like meant to fill in the time when the NFL are in their off season.
Right.
So I think AFLX, they're like, we've created this league.
Right.
The players who are playing NFL aren't playing. There's 4 teams. You have 2 marquee players per team.
So AFLX.
Nah, it's real different. So like,
There's like ex-players who were good years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
but what you're doing is you're paying a certain subscription membership to be a part of it, and then you get to have your vote of what's going on. So you have live drafts during the week, one live draft to see who all the other players are going to which of the 4 teams.
Yeah.
And I won't go into description of that. It's 7-on-7 on half the size field.
Yeah.
And then once they get in there, the fans are sitting in there, I'm pretty sure, or fans at home
Like an
even.
app or something.
Yes,
Yeah.
and you are voting on which play they are running per possession.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's essentially you are controlling the league and you're playing your own fantasy sport, and it's coming to life with these stars out there on the field.
So it's almost like...
So they give you a playbook and they go, okay.
Very minimal, but
pick the
yes.
play.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's almost like, imagine AFL, everyone's at the stadium, Bunga's got it at fullback, kicking it out, and everyone in the crowd votes down the middle.
Yeah.
Like, where do you want to kick it?
Yeah.
Left side,
Yeah.
right side, down the middle. So then he kicks it down, and then they play from there.
Correct.
It's pretty
That
exciting.
is the closest you could probably
That's
get to it.
very
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Like,
That's a good example.
it would work very well for a stop-start game.
Yes,
like
it doesn't
NFL.
work for ours at all.
No.
For ours, it'd be very tough. Yeah.
Yep. But does that make you think of where... I know Big Brother's there where you can controlling the winner from fan vote.
Yeah.
But is it getting to some kind of stage where it's in between Big Brother and Squid Game where you're literally voting for certain people to do certain actions, or to... Let's say there's some guy out there in the wilderness and you're like, you vote to see which dangerous animal he's got to be trapped with for the next year. Like, where is this going to go?
Yeah.
In the
I can see it going very, very bad.
Yeah.
Like, and all things start out very great, but I can see that getting very, very dangerous.
Yep.
Very dangerous.
So you got a cruise coming up, Yowie.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
I wish I did, but yep.
Post-season,
Yep.
the cruise liner,
Yep.
you're all set.
Yep. Kentucky.
But, yeah.
Whatever you want to be.
Whatever you want it to be.
Okay.
But it's fringe just week before you go. And you see this fortune teller and you're like, you know what, for a bit of a lark,
Yeah.
I'll go visit. And she says, that ship's going to sink and you're going to be stuck on an island. You're like, please. Cruise,
Wilson!
Man. You didn't even mention the cruise. And she knew about it. And you're like, maybe she's onto something. So now you're just going to pack a little bit more carefully just in case she's on the money.
Are you talking some Final Destination stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
She's seeing ahead of time.
Yeah, right.
And you're just like, look, I'm just going to pack an extra case just in case she's on the money. All right? So turns
What am I
out
packing?
you're like, well, I better get one of my mates along just in case, because if we're sinking, I'll go down together.
Yeah.
Your family don't want to go.
That's pretty to me, though, isn't it?
What do you mean?
It's definitely it's
That you're going to bring a mate to crash?
Yeah. Hey, mate, come along. We're both going to die.
It is a really rogue line of, I'm going to die, so I will bring you with me.
Yeah.
No,
But
desert
I
island.
don't wanna
Desert
die
island.
alone.
Desert island.
So he's
Desert
not going to
island.
die. He's going to...
Yeah,
Be trapped somewhere with him.
with
Yeah.
a mate.
No, but it has to be like all your mates are busy and your family
Just a
don't want to go.
footballer.
Just got to be from the team. They're the only ones that are
Stock
available.
standard, no mates.
Nah, you got to pick a teammate. You got to pick a teammate to be on this desert island with. Which teammate you picking?
That's a good question. That's a very good question. You could go with the bunger who
Yeah, I'd pick Bung.
who is like good on the chat, probably would know his way around farming, stuff like that. You know, so
warm in a cuddle.
killing animals,
He
stuff
goes on
like
fur
that.
coat.
You know, legit. Full Tarzan. He'd end up being on the island, that's for sure. But then you could go with someone like a larrikin, like Aussie, and you could just turn it into an absolute piss.
And we could just take the piss. We'll
Make a call, mate. What are you valuing? Your bants or your survival?
probably survival.
Yeah, I'd take Bung just because he's like the... You know when you have like the dad or the uncle that knows everything?
Just
You're like,
know-
how do you do this,
Yeah.
Dad? Oh, well, you do this. He's that guy. It's like, how do you do this? He's like, oh, well, you do this.
Yeah.
Which
Bunger would not.
which board game are you taking?
either Cluedo or Monopoly.
Yeah. Cluedo's a ripper from the past. What are you taking, Oz?
Probably Cluedo, because Monopoly could come to blows, and we're the only two on the island. So
I
and
feel like
Monopoly just with two people is just like
it just continuously and like no matter what, you can just always refinance. So if you get busted, you can just go, oh well, I'll just give you my house.
Yeah.
But then eventually, like you get to the point where you could be playing for 2 or 3 days, and you just keep refinancing. You get nowhere.
What skinned Monopoly are you taking?
I'm taking Cluedo.
Oh, okay, but what are you taking? You taking Monopoly?
No, I'd take Cluedo or Risk. If you guys have ever played Risk, it's a really good board game.
All right. Which I'm taking Cranium. I want variation.
Cranium.
Which video game and console are you taking? Just one of one.
Video game console.
Yep.
Does PC count?
Well, no,
Can I take a
but you
monitor?
just got to take one game.
Do I have to take a generator? Because I'd have to. I'll have to pack a generator for
You
the
just
TV
pack
to
what
work.
you need for it to work.
Solar panels.
You just take
Battery.
the one. Bung will build it for you. You just take one game and one console. So it's like that. If it's PC, then only this one game on the PC works.
Oh, Rust. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
What are you taking?
Probably like FIFA or something like that. I'm more of a sports game kind of guy.
Bung can't play FIFA.
No,
It's a
no.
terrible answer.
They used to be very good. I don't know what's happened now. And you would probably
Nah, I
agree
love
because
it.
you're a big nerd too.
I'm a little nerd, but yeah.
Yeah, no. You're a big nerd, so don't hide behind it. What is with the sports games lately?
In what sense?
They're just not the same as
Oh,
what they
they're
were.
terrific.
No, they're not. Like
They are.
FIFA 18 and FIFA 15, 16 was way better than FIFA 21.
They're
There's
trying
just
to
too
make it
much.
more realistic. You know, they're trying to make it so it's not as
So you agree?
arcadey.
Yeah. So you agree with me though?
Whenever you upgrade it, you think, oh, this is way harder to maneuver your players as much as what it was back in the day. That's what I kind of feel.
But then once you put in the serious hours, it becomes better. So I mean,
See, he
You
agrees.
adjust, you adjust,
He
you
agrees
adjust,
with me.
you adjust.
No. Don't sit on the fence here.
do you play Fortnite, Yoey?
Nah, I tried it. It's not for me.
I play-
I was more PUBG, like a bit
no,
hardcore.
no building, actual bit more.
Yeah, a bit more hardcore, like battle royale.
I'm back into Fortnite hard. I've become a full-blown nerd.
Have ya?
It's really hurting my relationship. I was playing to 2 a.m. the other morning. I knew I had the day off, so I was like, I'm playing all night.
Oh, they hate that too, eh?
pretty addictive stuff.
Yeah, you know, like the missus, they come up and they're like, "Oh, you spend too much time on that." Yeah, rah, rah, rah. It's like, all right, well, I've seen everything on Netflix. Like, what do you want to do? Pick a movie. Like, I'll quote it for you. Like,
Bunga will not. It will
Play
not
Fortnite with
get.
me.
Yeah, he won't get stuck into you. He'll say, "You play all you want, mate. I'm fishing."
Yeah.
I'll go get the stuff.
You're
for
at
us
that
to live.
stage. Are you at that stage now? Your missus
I'm
get
at this.
flat because
I'm at the stage in my relationship where I agreed. My girlfriend hates it when I grow a beard, and because it's really average.
Yeah.
So I came to an agreement. I will shave my beard if you give me 5 instances where you don't want me to play PlayStation. I'm allowed to overrule and have 5 times where no, I'm playing tonight. And she's like, okay, and I go shave my beard.
Overruled.
Yeah.
Love it. What sports ball are you taking?
The obvious.
Just checking.
The
Are you
obvious.
taking a footy?
tennis ball.
I'm either taking a footy or an NFL ball because they are very fun to throw.
Well,
Yeah,
if, you,
but like,
if,
if
you're,
you're
if you're
on a
taking
desert
a
island-
basketball, you'll find a ring, you know what I
If
mean?
you're on
Like
a
you take
desert
something to
island-
help.
Yeah, I mean,
taking
yeah.
a golf club?
No.
Oh.
But if you think about it, if you're on a desert island, either you have to take a pump.
You have to be good at bunker play.
You have to take a pump, or like for a footy, so that goes out the window. Basketball's out the window.
No, pretend the pump's there. Bunga brought a pump. He packs weird.
Probably golf clubs, man. How fun would that be?
Yeah, it would be good. Depends how big the island is. Does the island have a golf course?
No, you just got to make your own up. You got some time there.
Bunga can make it up, man.
Is the island big enough to make your own golf course?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably lapping
Hands-
it a few times. But
Hands down, golf course. Hands down, I'll take my golf course.
this is time, before I go in with the rest of my categories, this is time to tell us about your moment. Your off-season golfing moment. Let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
Go on, Yoey. Go on.
I hit a
It's so
hole in
mad, dog.
one.
It's so mad, dog.
I hit a hole in one. It was very good.
What course?
Busselton.
Yep.
Yeah, par 3. I think it was like the 6th or something. It's out the back.
Was anyone there, Yoey?
I had 2 of my mates with me, and one of my mates would be the first person to be like, nah, didn't happen. Nah, full of crap, didn't happen. So probably to have him there as well was even better because he was like, yeah, look, it happened, unfortunately.
Did you see it go in, or was it the walk up, where's me ball?
Nah, I hit it, and as I've hit it, I thought, I don't know if I've hit enough of it. And it was sort of just a slight little, fade. I'm talking maybe a 2 or 3 metre fade, and it's hit the edge of the green, and I'm thinking, okay, well, generally when you hit fades, it just stops because of the way that the ball spins. So I'm thinking, oh, no, I'll probably have to chip this up, it'll roll back down. And it's just a hit and just kept rolling and rolling and rolling, and we're going, geez, that's going to go a bit close. And then we just see it disappear, and were just all jumping. We're all going up in the air like, yeah, how good's this, man? Had two people, a couple behind us that were pretty much like from the tee box where it was, the greens maybe 15 metres away, and we were obviously shouting, carrying on like bloody pork chops.
As you would.
As you do. And these people are like, what the hell's going on over there? Did someone hit a hole in one? I was like, yeah, I did. They're like, oh, congratulations. Yeah. So it was pretty good.
I've played 10 more years than Yowie. I'm 37. I'm well flat. He's got there before me.
I looked at the odds, and the odds are 1 in 12,500
shots.
Yeah, supposedly.
Yikes.
For just a amateur like knockabout bloke, if you took 12,500 shots on a par 3, you'd probably get one.
Our time's coming, Oz.
Yep, it will be there sooner rather than later.
Is 4,000, so maybe if you get a bit better.
Ready for this one, Yowie?
Yep.
Which dog are you taking? Bang!
Hit him between the eyes.
I was proud of right now.
This is hard. This is very hard.
Well, yeah, you're picking kids, mate.
Because exactly.
Just do it.
I mean, I love Winnie because he's
OG.
He's an OG. He's a well-behaved dog. Like, he's just such a ripper. Loves to swim. Loves the water.
You'll be seeing quite a bit of it.
Loves to play. Yeah, exactly. Whereas like Pippa, scared of water, hates it, won't go near it, but is completely and utterly infatuated with me. So it's like she's always on top of me, always kissing me, and
I'd hate that.
Don't need Bunga. You got your furry friend.
Well, no, because the problem is that Winston does that with Tess.
Yeah.
And he doesn't do it with me. It must be like and supposedly they say boy dogs, females, girl dogs, males, generally. And it couldn't be any truer because Pippa is like all over me, jumps over Tess to get to me. And yeah, I'm like, well, now you know how it feels. So it's a hard question, but I'll probably take Winnie.
You can only get your hands on an iPad Nano. Remember them back in the day? Not a lot of space on them.
No.
Like 250 songs or something?
Probably. Yeah. You can only have 3 band discography on the Nano. And Bunga said you can have them all.
3. I've got
3 bands. And Killers is 1.
Yep, that'd be 1. I'm going to go ELO.
Great choice.
Who, sorry? Say that again? Sorry, say that again?
Is it Electric Light Orchestra?
It is.
Right.
ELO.
ELO. Yeah.
You know in that movie Billy Madison?
No.
And you haven't seen...
You haven't seen Billy Madison?
Billy Madison?
No.
Oh, my God.
What is that? Yowie.
What is wrong with the kids these days?
The kids?
What about Billy Madison and ELO?
Yeah, well, you know that part in the scene where Steve Buscemi puts on the lipstick and he's like, I'm glad I called that guy. That's an ELO song. That's, yeah. Scoop up, doopy-dooby up.
Great tune.
Great
I
song.
do know that song, actually.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Blue Sky, like...
Higher and higher, baby. It's a living thing.
Not bad pipes on the big fella. I was surprised by that. That was good.
Sun is shining.
Don't blush. It's all right. That was good.
Anyway, third band.
Yeah, I'm tossing up between Elton or Queen. So that'd be a flip of the coin.
You're so old school, man.
Do you want to comment on that?
Nah.
Music. Sport.
Yeah,
footy. Love the boys.
Yeah, mine would be completely different.
Really?
Yeah, but I'm a different generation. Mine would be like
Bieber.
No, not like that.
100%.
Avril Lavigne.
I love like rap and stuff.
Skater boy.
Don't laugh at me.
I want to hear this
I'd have like
Blank Space Screamo remix.
Oh my God,
when
you've heard my Taylor Swift brain.
Is that you? I thought that was JK.
Nah, that's me. I'm trying to. I try to copy JK any way I can, and he's big into Screamo, so I'm big into Screamos now.
Be your own man, Oscar. Be your own man.
I am, but I love Screamos.
Be your own man.
I love Screamos.
No, stop trying to impress other people and just be yourself.
I love Screamos.
Be yourself.
All right.
Deck of cards for one game only.
Presidents and assholes.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Okay.
Or we've been getting hard into werewolf. If anyone doesn't know
the werewolf, it'd be hard with one person. Presidents and assholes.
We'll pretend like you've met some foreigners on the island. They're only there for a day.
Some locals.
Yeah. Some locals.
Okay,
they're not going to have a celebrity come on the island because it's a bit far-fetched, but you get to have one dream where you're hanging out with a celebrity all day. And then you wake up and you're like, man, that felt so real. It almost happened. So who are you hanging out with for an entire
Jim
day?
Carrey, hands down.
Yep.
Hands down. Would be that funny. Would be,
Who are you picking, Oz?
It's a good question. I don't know. I I'd like to meet people, but I don't have that great interest in celebrities. I just think they're like normal Joes. Like, I don't know. I'd rather hang out with like one of my mates. So is that boring?
Yeah.
So
is.
like,
The
okay.
imagination is nowhere.
Sorry, Kanye West would be interesting just to hear some of the waffle that comes out of his mouth.
Yeah,
like he'd say some things. You're like, man, you are a crazy dude.
Yep.
Yeah,
That'll work.
Yeah,
He might say the same about you, Oz. You never know.
Yeah.
One podcast you got to listen to?
It's a tough one, eh?
Is
It
it?
is. There are many good podcasts.
It is. I'd assume that this one wouldn't be going.
Pardon?
So
You're right. If it is another country, we might not have the legal logistics to get it
It's-
on the Spotify.
That's true.
it's definitely Rogan for sure.
You want to go in the Joe areas?
100%. Yeah.
Yep. One bag of lollies, one chocolate bar.
Oh, this is a good one. Natural Confectionery Company Party Mix, because you get everything.
Retro or normal?
No, the normal ones, because it's a mixed bag. You get good ones. And then Chocky Bar, definitely a Twix.
Yeah, I like that call.
Yeah.
I'm a Kit Kat, so I'm not far off you with the chocolate
I
later.
hate the fact that Twix is just so, like, I feel like whenever you have a Twix bar, you want that little bit more. I don't.
You'd be short on coin these days to buy a couple.
No. But
Buy
like,
two.
do you know what I mean? Like, you have to buy two, but you only want maybe 1 1/4. If that makes sense.
Are they chilled or are they warm or room temp?
Room temp?
That's silly.
No.
Anyone that doesn't have chocolate in the fridge is I've lost.
No. There's a reason why. Like, sure, if you opened it, then you chuck it in the fridge.
What's the difference?
Well,
You're cooling it, right?
yeah, but you want to preserve it a bit longer, wouldn't you?
Well, that's half the point of coming out of the fridge.
You do have.
Don't get the methy ham.
What? Fair enough. They store it at room temp at the supermarket. If you're going to open it up straight away, then you'd go room temp. Fair enough. Bang. But then once you've obviously sealed it back up, you put it back in the fridge.
Oh, I'm just going to go quick. I'd have a Bueno. They are the most underrated chocolate.
You mean a Bueno?
Bueno.
Yeah.
Bueno.
Bueno.
Yeah, Bueno.
What are they
Bueno.
made of? I've never heard of them.
Kinder Bueno.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Okay.
They're all right. Yeah, they're all right.
And lollies, I'd have licorice covered in white chocolate.
No, that's it. That's it. End
The
of
licorice
podcast.
drops covered in white chocolate. I love them.
No. All right.
Yeah, I'm walking off at that.
What was classic was at the Melbourne airport of the Collingwood game just gone, and then the boys are waiting for their charter flight to rock up with COVID. Not always chartered.
Or some sour worms. Sorry.
Oh, this is a very good answer. And
But
then
you can't have two. You can't have
said
licorice and
or.
sour
I said
worms. No.
or.
You're only changing your mind now because
is this coming from your Elton John and Queen answer? Is it there, champ?
What are you going to do about it? Hey?
Yeah.
Majority of the population would agree with me that they are probably hands down very up there in terms of the
What age demographic?
Sadly, the majority of the population don't listen to Coast to Coast, even though they should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the players at the Melbourne airport waiting for the flight, and they just finished a game, and I love seeing it, man. They just turn into normal people where they go up to the snack vending machines. And they're like,
I've seen videos of this.
I'm going for it. And they're just getting the full strength Coke or a fair few chocky bars, because you can just tell they just don't get to do it. And this is the justification post game.
Oh, 100%.
And it's awesome to see.
I tell you what, I'd be getting over a lolly or chocolate: a pack of salt and vinegar chips. Love salt and vinegar chips.
I rate
man.
it.
I rate it. Love it.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
a big salt and vinegar. I'm more like cheese and onion.
All right,
like
Rate the
orange
5.
Oh no.
Rate the 5.
What are the 5?
So it's
I'm not a
original,
big chips. I'm not a big
Original barbecue
Chicken,
chicken.
salt and vinegar.
honey and the honey sauce.
No. This is Smith's.
And
We're going Smith's or
what's-
Sandwich.
No. Surely we're going Red Rock.
No, we're going Smith's, man.
Red Rock's pretty alternate.
They're the best one. The chili Red Rocks are.
All right, let's get to some fan questions.
Yeah,
here.
we're off track.
Let's get some
Oh.
fan questions.
All right, you want to hit them up first?
I'll start. We've
All
got
right.
one from Hey Man.
Hey man.
Hey Man. Favorite thing to do outside of work in your spare time? Your work being football.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
questions about the lawn. Is that number one?
That'd be up there. Yeah, looking after my garden would be up there. I do take good pride in that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
okay. From Zoe Cameroon, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much swagger do you think you have?
20.
You'd be a low swag type of guy. Like you,
Oh yeah.
like you don't have a great deal of personality in like clothing and stuff, which isn't an insult. It's just an observation.
I've thought it was a pot.
You know what? Like, I agree with that. I'm not very flamboyant with what I wear, but I feel like my actions,
Your personality.
my actions and my personality don't justify what I wear. So like,
Yeah.
if you were to walk up at me in the street, you'd be like, oh, this bloke's pretty basic.
Yep.
But then once you got to know me, you'd be like, oh, this bloke's a cooker.
Okay, next one from M Freeman 14. Thoughts on Zach Langdon's leg tattoo, and should he man up and turn it into the full leg sleeve? And part 2 of the question: who's winning a marking contest out of you and me?
That's a good question.
So we'll answer the Langdon one first.
What's that? That's a 3-parter almost, 2-parter.
Two-parter. Thoughts on his leg tat? Should he go the whole way or?
What is it? Is it a wolf?
Yeah, it's a wolf on the back, hey?
Yeah,
on his calves.
it used to just be the wolf, and he got it all filled in this offseason. I think he is planning on doing
go
it.
full leg, eh?
So he answer is yes, he will.
Yes.
Does he have the biggest calves in the team?
It's not like I've asked him. Yeah, he probably would.
You're not a big tats guy, hey? You wouldn't get tats? No.
No, I only have one, and that's from the premiership.
Yeah.
And that's the only time I ever said that I'd ever get a tattoo.
Were you one of the ones that were apprehensive to get it? Because there were a couple that didn't want to go, remember?
No.
At Nick's house?
Yeah. I always said that, but those ones didn't get it. But I was always said that if the only time that I'd ever get a tattoo is if I want a flag.
Ankle?
So, nah, on my ass.
Love
So
it.
whenever someone's annoying me,
You moon him.
I tell them to kiss my ass. And I show them that,
Who's winning the marking comp?
Definitely. Oh!
Definitely. There was a definitely
It
out there.
depends. It depends on how the ball comes in, I reckon.
If it's
I
a
reckon
high,
if you and
if it's
I,
a high ball, I got you. Sorry.
Yeah, he's looking disgust.
So can we clarify this? I think you are, and I think you're one of the best marks in the club. I think you're one of the best marks of the club. But I also think majority of the marks.
But you think you're better.
Majority.
That's what you're saying. That's what he's saying.
He's a key forward. Surely he has to think
finish?
this way.
Can I finish?
Yeah.
But majority of the marks you're taking are there's a post play, so say it's a long kick down the line, and the talls, like myself or whoever, the ruckman are wrestling, and then you pop across the side with your athleticism and duke it. But it's often even the contested marks are somewhat uncontested because it's not like you're wrestling with someone and then you're going and jumping. You're kind of coming from the side, third man in.
He's like, you're a great thief when the people in the house are busy doing other stuff.
But yeah.
But I'm not saying you're not a good contested mark, but that's just my observation.
Well, it sounded like you did.
Mate, it's just an observation.
Your observation sounded like it did, mate.
So what are your thoughts? Well, you think you got to back yourself in.
Do you want to go toe-to-toe?
Unfortunately.
Surely you should get some footage.
I reckon there's someone out in the Oval that wouldn't mind a few marking contests out there from earlier in the day.
Yeah, no, I reckon we have a crack at this. I reckon Thumpy, get the camera.
One day we'll get it done.
I reckon, yeah.
Simo will be wrapped when two guys have done a calf and an ankle. What are they doing? Oh, settling an argument on coast to coast.
I think it depends on the position and how the ball comes in.
Yeah, true.
I think it'd be very...
It'd be a good contest, I think.
Yeah, I think it'd be a very good contest.
There were lots of questions about your footy upbringing, Yoey. So when you started playing junior club and how you found it, in a nutshell, a couple of sentences.
Junior footy, started when I was 5 or 6, I think. I'm pretty sure I was 5. Obviously, I had an older brother, and because he was playing footy, I wanted to play footy. And I would play in the backyard with him. And from that point on, I remember going down. He was playing Auskick, and I just went in and joined. And they were like, all right, can we have all the 7-year-olds here and all the 8-year-olds as you do, whatever. And then I was like 2 years younger. So I was like, oh, well, where do I go?
When did you overtake him?
So I pretty much followed my bro, and then all the way to under 9s. So that was like the first, under 9s is the first time that you actually play, it's out of Auskick and you actually play legit. I played a year with my bro, then I played a year of the year.
Hang on, so you were playing, you were 7 playing under 9s?
Yeah.
That's mad dogs.
Yeah.
I reckon majority of players that play AFL had some time in their career playing year groups up because I had the same thing.
Yep.
Older brother, 2 years older, so I played 2 years up till I was 14, then played double 14s, then my age group.
Yeah.
You gained so much, I think.
Yeah, well, you learn a lot more because they're obviously a lot bigger and a lot stronger, so you learn how to deal with the bigger bodies. And it was probably the best thing growing up. So and then from that point on, it was like I went with all my mates.
East Freo Colts, did you go and play a club as well as, or just the Colts?
Yeah. So it was Colts, played a year at Adelaide because Burragoon, we didn't have the numbers at the time. We had like 21 or something, which just you can't do that for the whole season, especially with injuries. So I played a year at Adelaide, 16s, but Colts then...
you played state 16, sorry?
Nah, 18s. And then, from that point on, it was Brisbane.
Were you flat when Brisbane drafted you?
No, not really. No, like mixed feelings because you
in the 20s?
30, I think, end of the first round. But, like, you're obviously stoked because you're like, oh, my God, thank God, I'm on a list. Like, the pressure and the relief is off. But then I was like, oh, my God, it's the furthest point away from home. So, and for me, like, that was family's huge. So it was kind of like, all right, how am I going to go with this? But in the end, it was the best thing ever.
From XK Lakay, tell Jake Waterman to marry me.
Yep, we'll pass it on. Thanks for that one.
What would you say? What are the warnings that come with that?
Jake's got a big forehead. That'd be one for her to look out for.
Yep.
Yeah.
One for him. He has no clue who they are. That's probably a concern. All right. Yeah. Question for you, mate. What's your from It's Me, Jazzy Ramiro? Well,
Jazzy.
What's your biggest fear? Fear itself.
Fear itself.
I don't like spiders.
Mine's bungee jumping for sure.
I hate snakes. I cannot do it.
There we go. Yeah.
I cannot do snake. Like spiders and that, big spider, couldn't give a crap. Snake and it slithers like, oh my God. Like, I remember because mum and dad's place is near like some bushland. And I'm talking, and it's notorious that snakes come over. And I've gone to take something out the bins and this little baby dugite had slithered it off and I just jumped. I was like, no, I'm getting the shovel. And like basically ran to the storeroom, got the shovel, and this thing was like obviously in the bush. And I was like, no, I'm not going in there. I was waiting out this like thing for 30 minutes for this little baby dugite to come out and just...
Is this teenage Yoey?
This was yesterday. Like, and you can imagine, like, obviously I wasn't that aggressive. I was screaming, But nah, this was a while ago. But yeah, I hate snakes. I hate them.
A lot of questions about your most memorable goal. What about most memorable goal and grab? Is it the Richmond Tigers grab that's right up there? You don't even remember it, do you?
Are you talking the one with Cochin on the far side?
Yeah, far side is all I remember.
No.
It's too easy to say the grand final goal, so maybe one that's not the grand final goal.
Yeah. I probably like...
You know when the Collingwood runner got the assist for you?
Yeah, I do remember
classic.
that. But he was not... That was the worst kick ever. Like,
you were getting there regardless?
I feel sorry for him because he's been copping it's still getting talked about. And it's not his fault that it was probably one of the worst kicks.
I agree.
In history.
I don't think it was going to impact, but what do I know?
Yeah. So anyone inside on their team, on our team, knows that behind the goals footage,
I'm pretty sure he'd be listening, so it'd be good to listen to that one. So what's your favourite goal?
Favourite goal, probably, other than the grand final goal, would be the first goal that I kicked in the first final against Hawthorn in 2015.
These ones at the crowd?
That is like the loudest, like I still get goosebumps thinking about it. That is the loudest I've ever heard our fans.
V Hawks, right?
Yep. And it was like spine tingling. Like I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it now.
Yeah.
It was so loud. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Sick. Can't remember the mark then? We'll just lock in the Cochin one?
Yeah. We'll just lock that in. I got too many.
From too many. Silly. From
take note,
Joshua R. Tally. Who is your hero?
Oh. Yeah, I mean, growing up...
You can say me, mate. You can say me.
Ew. Not for me. Probably growing up, I always idolised my older brother. Always idolised my older brother. So whatever he did, I had to do. Whenever we played sport, I just had to beat him. Like I had to. I was so competitive. I just had to do everything. So yeah,
sounds like it's put you in good stead for the career you're in. Then really,
yeah, it's probably where I've become so competitive, and even even playing FIFA on the PlayStation or something like that, I had to beat him.
A lot of rage quits.
Oh yeah, there was, but there was times it wasn't quite rage quits because there was so many instances where he was up, would play AFL Live religiously.
Yes, AFL Live 2005, man, I love that game
religiously, and would go into the game and it gets to the last 2 minutes and he'd be up by like 4 points, and I would somehow. I'm talking, this would have happened 20 times. I'd kick a goal literally with 10 seconds left after the siren and I'd win, and he would spit it. Absolutely. Like, throw the control at me, like, just punch me in the head. Like, you're cheating. You pressed the cheat button. I was like, where's that come from? Like, it was good fun.
It's such a dog meat game.
Yeah.
Such a dog meat game.
It was a cracker.
It was not.
Mate, it's better than AFL Evolution.
It's better than FIFA 2022.
That is so on.
On the subject of family, though, Yoey, how good are you at pouring a beer?
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah.
How often have you had to pour one at the Broken Hill Tavern in Victoria Park?
Not lately. Not lately. In the summer, I was there a fair bit. Ever since this COVID's come around, and because the club doesn't want me to be, I guess. Pull it forward.
You good.
I'm leaning back a bit, yeah, but
Fat Joe.
The club doesn't really want me to be there as much because of COVID and everything like that. So I haven't been there as much, but I can pour a beer. So yeah.
Best in the family, or is it Corey?
Corey's probably best in the family. Yeah, he's been doing that. He's been in hospo for most of his life. Yeah, so he would be pouring a pretty good beer.
A question from Stefan Stakic.
Yep.
How are your teeth holding up, mate? I remember I wasn't on the list at the time, and I remember watching it as a kid.
Yeah.
And I remember watching it with my mum and dad, and they said, and that's why you wear your mouth guard, kids.
Yeah.
Talk to me about it.
They're looking good, yo.
Yeah,
That's all I can say.
Chompers. Yeah. Oh, wow.
And you just took it out beforehand, right?
Yeah. When people talk about, like, what's your biggest regret, that would be one of them. That would be probably the biggest regret.
Because of what you went through, or now what you're continuing to go through?
Oh, it's not so much like I haven't really continued to go through much now. Like, it's all done and dusted. But obviously, like all teeth, you need to have the maintenance and rah. So it's more so just the fact that it's just it was the whole thing was just a pain in the ass. So, and I don't know what it is with teeth, but you just get so self-conscious with it.
Man, they're bad. Huh?
Yeah. Like there was times there where, on the Monday, because it happened, I'm pretty sure it was Saturday night. On the Monday, I've rolled in, and then there's like from 9.
Tanya
Armstrong, sorry. Yeah, pretty sure it was her, was like standing at the front gate wanting to talk to me, and I've got no teeth. And I was just like, I was almost in tears, like, for days, because I was like, what have I done? Like, this is the worst thing ever.
By memory, you were knackered from a contest and took it out like 10 seconds before, right?
Yeah. So that
which has happened to, I would have done that a lot.
And I dropped the biggest sitter too, which is just like, looking back on it, it's the biggest regret I've ever had.
Yeah. But they're in good shape now, which is pleasing.
Yeah, good shape.
Did a best player to sit next to on a plane? That's coming from Shamarali.
I'd probably say there's a few. There's a few of us that really like to play card games.
Yeah.
So any one of us that like to play card games are probably the best. So there's probably your Oscars. Bunga actually gets involved.
He does, yeah.
He loves a card game. Gaffy's huge on it.
Yeah.
JD loves a card game.
Jake the Snake plays, doesn't he?
Jake's a bit in and out. Yeah, he's in and out. Petches.
Jacko's actually likes to play a bit.
Jacko does, yeah. So anyone that likes to play cards it's on.
3 more.
Why number 6, mate? Talk to us about it. Or no real choice. It was just like, number 6 is a cool number. I'll take that.
What did you start with?
There was
any
a
meaning behind it?
I had when I was a kid though, I had 16. So this was growing up juniors, and then I had 26 in Brizzy. Ideally, I would have liked 7. 7 was one of my favourite.
7,
numbers.
I reckon, is the number that every kid wants growing up. Hey,
yeah.
Who was the Eagle that was in 6 prior to Yoey?
You should get this.
Oh, Mark Nikoski.
Yeah.
Bang, bang. And before that, Drew Banfield.
Yeah, for a long time.
Thank you.
Before that,
Gosh.
Before Drew Banfield.
yeah,
No, who was it?
Joffa Miles.
Joffa Miles. Crazy.
Pass.
Yeah, what the, you
Not
should
sure
know
about that.
this.
It's true.
All right, 2 more. You go, Thumper, then I'll finish
Oh,
off.
sidebar. Can we test Thumper on those things again?
Yeah.
This is what they do, by the way.
Righto.
Yeah.
So you'll do everything.
So
at the
I
end.
will ask these 2 questions and I'll question
All right.
you.
Alexander Moeller. What reality show do you want to go on?
That's me.
Yeah. We're almost done.
Yeah.
Is that Pippa? Where are you?
Nah. That's my mate. Where are you? Let's go play golf. That's what if you like. Where are you? Because he's back from 5.
Where's the home
start
course?
again.
Where do you go play when you're on a Collier?
Look, Collier is the closest, yes, but I'm a member at WAGC. So
Yeah.
yeah. You want to play?
Yeah, because I talked to Gaffy about it. Like, you and Gaffy are members there, right?
Yeah. But I'm only a lifestyle member. Gaffy's like full member.
Right. What reality show you want to be on?
Can it be my own? Nah.
What would you go on?
Yoey's Got Talent. He's go out there and take contested marks on Oscar Allen.
That would never happen. That would be the worst show ever because you just fail every time.
Shut up, Oscar. Shut up, Oscar. Oh, my God. These kids, they got so much confidence.
Do you have any answers or not?
Look, Survivor would be up there. The problem with Survivor, though, is they always get rid of the strongest first. So you get all the brains together.
So you'd be there.
No, I'd be out first because unless you win and
go around what's the idol?
No, but it's not that because they always pick the strongest physically out first.
So play it smart.
I'll get you on my diet, mate. We'll get you right.
It is the ultimate game, but you get all the weaklings banding up together, and then it's just I don't know. I hate watching it because the person whoever follows the main instigator, they always win. Mm-hmm. Always win.
Need
Do you
to be
agree?
the mouth of 2IC, yeah.
Do you agree? They're always the 2IC.
The leech,
so the one,
yeah.
I don't watch it.
Yeah.
You do need to be the leech, and you need to not be the best at anything.
Hiding in plain sight actually gets you winning Survivor, which is just, it's not, I don't agree. The thing is called Survivor. I get it, but yeah.
What about instead of reality show, quiz show? Do you know what Hard Quiz is, the ABC quiz show? You're basically battling against 3 other people and you bring in your knowledge category. So everyone has their one specific category.
Right.
So you bring in what you know most of anything. What are you bringing in?
Business ethics. Lighting dog poo and the human response.
We're going to watch you, Billy Madison.
Yeah.
Billy Madison's coming.
For him, it's like...
I'm just...
No. So, yeah, Hard Quiz, you bring you one category. So you might be 90s Eagles or something outrageous.
Yeah, probably...
For Gaffy, it would be flags.
He's
sort of weird,
unreal about flags, Andrew Gaff. Yeah. What are you bringing in, Yoey?
He's good with
movie
countries.
quotes. Movie quotes or music.
Yeah, I'd probably
it's just too broad. You can't just say... That'll be too hard.
Movie quotes.
Right.
Yeah, sports.
Yep.
Genre.
Anyway.
Sports.
I've got one question for you.
Sports.
I've got one more question for you. Over the phone. Thank you, Gem. At Gemma and Toe. So this is a double whammy, mate, for you.
It's a two-parter.
It is. So number one's pre-game rituals. What are they and how long have you had them for?
Yep.
And number 2 is how do players fit in doing things away from the football club, whether that might be uni or work experience, whatever the player's inclined to do.
Yep. Pre-game rituals. I will always have spaghetti the night before.
Yeah.
And we'll devour a packet of pods.
Are you cooking
Mars
it
pods,
or are you ordering it?
No. Majority of the time I go to mum and dad's. So it's just she'll cook me because she is a very good cook and very good spaghetti bowl. So I'll go to mum and dad's and basically have that. And then from that point, I'll devour a packet of Mars pods. Because they're the best. They are the absolute best. So don't say anything else. Then it's disgusting. That's what my mum says. I'm like,
she's on the money.
Yep. And then not much until pretty much we get to the game, and then I don't know when this come in, but I'll always come out of the race second last. JK's obviously
Second
the last.
last.
Yeah, JK's obviously the last.
Since Scully left, he was second last.
Really?
No. I'd pull rank.
On Scully?
Yeah, 100.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know how I got that, but I would. I'd sort of sit out the back, and then JK would be waiting out back behind me. But I don't know how that come into it, but it just sort of unfolded over time. And I think obviously once JK goes, then I'll be last. Duggo tried to, and Liam's trying to sniff back there, and I'm like, no.
Do your time.
Yep.
And then second part of that question, what are you doing away from footy?
Yep.
How do you go balancing that with football as well as obviously, like you said, regular life stuff?
Yeah. So doing a business course at the moment. There's a few of us doing it.
Yep.
That's all online due to obviously COVID.
Yep.
Joys. Doing that. Was doing construction management at university. Didn't really like it that much. This is a business course. I think Rothy, Jacko, JD was doing it last year, but didn't want to follow through with it this year. That seems to be going all right. So that ticks over every fortnight.
Yeah, cool.
Mate,
we'll beautiful. Thank you very much for coming on.
One more, because someone did text me.
No, you got to do the things
I know.
too. Yeah.
So I got one more question, because someone hit me up. This was Nick Tate. He hit me up. It's a good question. Said, given the heavy endurance element of AFL football that puts downward pressure on players' ability to maintain weight, and in particular muscle mass, so the big way off between endurance and keeping a big body, how does Yoey keep his size, and what sort of training does he do to get those hips and legs in peak physical condition?
It's so hard. Like, I've just got one of those body types that I'll look at food and I'll put weight on. So for me, like, it's trying to manage not getting too big. which is the hardest part. It's not like I have to. There's certain players like a Matty Rosa or someone like who would do that now that just smashes weights and just can't put on size. Oscar, who do you reckon?
Was Ainsworth?
Yeah,
Bubba was one. So whereas I'm the other way, like I'll touch a weight and I'll just put on muscle. So for me, like I have to run a lot or I have to do some sort of cardio a lot, probably more than what someone else would, because otherwise, like as I said, I'll look at a banana and I'll put on 10 kilos. Like that's just my body type, unfortunately. So, yeah.
Good answer. Thank you, Yoey.
Now, before we let Yoey go,
Yep.
what are those 10 words I spoke to you about earlier for the concussion test?
There was sandwich, apple, giraffe. Was baby one of them?
No.
Damn, baby. Oh, nah. I was pretty proud to get those 4. I was rolling for a bit there too.
That was 3.
That was 3, mate. You got sandwich, apple, and giraffe.
Elephant?
No.
Cup?
Yes. 4.
Nah, I'm done.
You also missed out on doctor, train, banana, table, piano, and cat.
I wasn't getting any of them.
It's hard.
It is hard.
It's hard.
Thanks for coming in, mate. I really appreciate it.
So here was my hook to Yoey. I was like, mate, you want to come in and do on the podcast for 15 minutes? How's that looking at the moment?
How long is it?
An hour 20.
Holy.
He's just too entertaining.
He is.
You got to make the most of it.
That's what I said to Stump. I was like, look, how long are we going to be here?
Yeah.
Because we'll be here a while. I can talk a fair bit.
Yeah, but you're once a season type, unfortunately, with your schedule, Yoey. So you're an A-grader. We appreciate your time at Coast to Coast. Any last words for us all?
Thank you.
Thank you, mate.
Pleasure.
Well, that was a marathon, wasn't it?
That was. I hope everyone's still listening. That was a long time in between drinks, if you will. I've had a great time. Have you?
Yeah, I have. What's important about that, though, Oz, is that we had, I don't know how many tweets you had or how many messages you had.
We had some great ones, didn't we?
Yeah, but I'm going to have a mailbox, I think, for anyone else that's listening and, like, I'm not on Instagram or whatever, to email in. But at the same time, I only had one fan hit me up saying, this is the player I want to have in the podcast. And bang, it happened. Did you have anyone else?
I haven't had anyone hit up saying, I want to hear from this guy,
Correct.
this guy, this guy.
So
let us know,
any
guys.
danger. Someone requested Yoey. We had 1 for 1. And I was like, all right, I'll see what he's doing.
You ask and you'll get it.
Yeah. And so that's how easy it is, guys. Appreciate all the feedback, all the interactions, and we'll do it all again next week. Oz, always a pleasure.
Give us feedback who you want and they'll be in the booth next week. See you guys.